Hey guys, this is Jonathan Tran from Paramec Financial and Finance in 5 to 10 minutes. This is episode 3 of our retirement series. Today we're going to talk about 401k, 403b, basically the retirement account that you receive when you go to work for somebody else, right? You may work for a company, a corporation, the government, the school. They will provide you a benefit plan that you can contribute from your paycheck. You cannot put money from outside into there, but every paycheck that you receive, you can deduct off of your salary and you can put it into the 401k or the 403b, but your work retirement account. Now, why would you want to do this? There's two things that you can do, benefits. One is that if you put it into the traditional 401k side, any money that you put in there, you get to deduct your taxes at the end of the year, so you pay less tax. And then later on when you retire and you take that money out on the traditional 401k, you pay the taxes later, very much like a traditional IRA. Now, in the 401k plan, you also can open a 401k Roth as well. It works the same way as a Roth IRA, except you have a higher limits. Now, in your previous videos, we said that the limits for IRAs is $6,000, under 50, over 50 is $7,000. In a 401k type plan, it's $19,500 that you can put in a year. If you're over 50, you can put in another $6,000 to catch up. Now, that $19,500, you can divide it between the traditional and the Roth however you like. So essentially, you actually can save more money in a 401k plan than you can outside individual account. So it's very advantageous, but you have to take it from your paycheck, right? So you have to analyze your budget, make sure that whatever you're putting away, it's not affecting your cash flow at home. But whatever you don't need and you don't have to put away for emergency or for other things, you should try to put as much as you can into your 401k. Another benefit that you get from having a 401k is that the employer may match you dollar for dollar up to a certain percent. Some companies give 3% matching, 4, 5, I've heard 6% matching when I used to work at the bank. Ask your employer, how much are you matching me when I put into my retirement? And likely they want you to stay at least 5 years so that you can be vested into that balance where if you leave the company, you get to take that matching with you. Because if you leave too early, they may not let you, right? So one thing you need to ask is that, hey, does my 401k have matching? How much does it have matching? And how long do I need to stay at the company to keep that matching money? What else is a benefit of the 401k is that if you have a balance in your 401k, a lot of times if you have some hardship or you need to pay down some credit cards, the 401k plan will allow you to have a loan provision where you can loan out of that account up to 50% of the value or $50,000 max. And then you can borrow that at a very cheap interest rate. It depends on what the current rate environment is. But, I've seen like 5-6% around there. But hey, better than a credit card interest rate, which is 20-something%. So a great way to kind of save money on interest is that you can borrow from your 401k so that you can pay a lesser interest. And what they do, each paycheck, you just pay it back. Right? Now, be careful though, if you do take a loan from your 401k, is that if you terminate from your company, if you don't pay back that loan in full, they will withdraw money out of your 401k to pay back that loan. And that withdrawal, if you're under 59.5, you're going to pay a penalty of 10%. Plus, you got to pay taxes if it's on your traditional side. Now, if it's on your Roth side, it may depend how many years you've been putting it in there. Remember the 5-year rule. If you need the 5-year rule, go back to the Roth IRA video and check the link. You can check the 5-year rule on that. But 401k plan or 403b is a very, very, very good tool for you to save for retirement. Most of America's money is in a 401k type plan. So if you do work for a company, take advantage of it while you can, right? Because you may not have those limitations to put in as much as you want if you have an individual account. But if you have that 401k account, you really can take advantage of that. How you invest money in your 401k, you don't have as much control as you would do if you had an individual account. A lot of times companies will give you a menu of different investments that you can choose, and they're all very good investments, and you can choose which one is appropriate for you. They also have funds like target date funds. Now, how does a target date fund work? Target date fund may say, hey, you know what? How old are you today and when do you expect to retire? And then they'll have a fund that will go from the current date to that retirement date, and they will invest accordingly to your time horizon. As you get closer to retirement, that portfolio will become more and more conservative so that when you get to retirement age, most of the investments is either in savings or in bonds, which are very, very conservative. So if the market took a dip right at retirement, your portfolio won't be too affected by the correction. So it's very good for the standard investor who may not know what to do, but the important thing is saving, right? How you save, there's a lot of choices out there, but the important part is acting on saving itself. So 401k, very good. Now what happens if I leave the company? Well, if you leave the company, you have two options. One, you can keep it at the old company. Now they may have some fees or whatnot for you to keep it there, or may have a minimum balance requirement for you to keep it at the old company. Or what you can do is you can roll it over to an individual account, and then you can invest it however you want, or you can get your advisor involved and they can help you, show you how to diversify your portfolio and see which is the best way to invest for you based on your situation. Third way that you can move your 401k is that if you go to a new company and that company has a 401k, you can roll it into that new company, right? So 3 ways you can move money, do something with your 401k once you leave the company. There's a couple different options, okay? So I hope this helps. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for joining.